Om Vang me manasi pratisthita mano me vachi pratishthitam aviravirma edhi vedasyama anisthaha shrutam me ma prahasihi anenadhitena horatran samdadhami Ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, tanmavatu, tadvaktaramavatu, avatu mam, avatu vaktaram, avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Interestingly, that with this mantra, which I'm kind of all the time opening Rig Veda, because it's Rigvediya Shanti Patha, you always get a new meaning. This time I got another meaning of, this is how Svadhyaya works. Svadhyaya works in the way that it always gives you a new hint, yeah? A new hint on the reality. So when you know text perfectly by heart and you read to yourself, and then you get a new meaning. All the time, a new meaning. But you have to read it to yourself. Today I got the meaning that day and night I combine in the studies of the Veda. My speech is established in my mind, and my mind is established in my speech, and day and night I combine. Be revealed to me, be revealed to me, don't leave me that what was revealed to me day and night. I collect that knowledge. And then I thought, kind of a glimpse of it, that this was the idea of the whole Brahmanic tradition. Yes, they were supposed to not only to learn text by heart, but to recite it to themselves and to learn from it always, to get hints, to get a guidance forward, yes, in the spiritual practice. So basically, this is the leading text teacher, which leads you on the way. Yeah? It opens you the secrets of the spirit and what to do. It's in a way a sacrifice, because Svadhyaya is considered to be Jnana Yajna, the sacrifice by knowledge, or Brahma Yajna, sacrificing Brahman. Brahman in this case is the Veda, the word, because Brahman in the Veda means the word, mantra which is rising from the heart. And so the whole tradition were supposed to use this text for their enlightenment, not just to learn the text and pass it forward, which became the routine or the major preoccupation but later, yes, it disappeared, the meaning disappeared, and so Svadhyaya lost its significance. All right. So today we have a new text. This is my actually most favorite Rishi, because he is always cryptic, always puzzling. He has the biggest puzzle hymn, 164, from first mandala. He has nearly full mandala within first mandala. Yes, many hymns and many verses. And you will see his style and language is very cryptic. You can't really totally immediately understand. He describes things. He uses many comparisons, metaphors, epithets. And his name is Dirghatama Auchatya. There is the whole myth about him in the Brahmanas. he was Auchatya because Uchathi was his mother, and Uchathi is the word, the divine word. Yeah? So the divine word is his mother, as it were, and he is Dirghatama. He is the one who entered into the long darkness, or the vast darkness. Yeah? Tamas. Darkness, dirgha, long darkness. Long darkness, son of the divine word. So this is his, even his name is very cryptic. All right. I would love to, of course, study later, maybe when we finish with the hymns to the mystic fire, if we finish with the hymns to the mystic fire ever, we would read Rishi by Rishi, and you will see how different they are. Yeah? They develop their own styles. Now we are mixing them up. We don't distinguish them yet. So here is the hymn. It's Trishtup, 11 syllabic pada. Vedi Shade Priyadhamaya Sudyute Dhasim Iva Prabhara Yonim Agnaye Vastreneva Vasaya Manmana Shuchim Jyotiratham Shukravarnam Tamohanam. Offer like a secure seat that womb to Agni, the utterly the utterly bright who sits upon the altar, and his abode is bliss. Clothe with thought as with a robe the slayer of the darkness, who is pure and charioted in light, and pure bright of hue, or white, shukra, white brightness. To Agni seated at the altar, literally, Vedi is the altar, Shad sitting, Sad. Sitting at the altar, Vedi Shade is dative case, to the one who sits at the altar, Priyadhamaya, whose abode is bliss. Priya in the Veda, Priya, Idya, all these words have a meaning of love, of bliss, joy. Whose abiding place, Dharma, is bliss. Who is perfectly shining, Sudyut, Sudyute, dative case. Bring your home like a yoni to abide. Dhasim, as if establishment, is that from root dha, to establish, to set. Dhasi, dhasim iva, as if dhasi, as if everything what is around you and you, inclusive of you, your home, your things around you, your body, your thoughts, your feelings, everything is dhasi. All the dhasi, prabhara, bring forward to him, yonim agnaye, as if the womb. Interestingly, this word yoni is from root yu, to include everything, because the womb is actually the enclosure, yes, which holds you within. Now, we always understand it in the later language as the procreatory organ, yeah, but it's not only, it's a womb in a sense that it gives you a full security, full enclosure. In the Gita, Sri Krishna is using this word also. He says that Samam Brahma is my yoni, yes, into which I cast a seed. Yoni is that container. Oh, this is the word, finally. Container. So bring to him all your establishments as if a container in which he will be contained. Yes? So it will be his home. Make yourself his home. Vastreneva, and as if by vastra, as if by a robe, vasaya, yeah, the cover, by the cover, manmana, by the mantra, concentrated mantra. I'm adding concentrated from root man. Cover him, shuchim, whose chariot is light, jyotirotham, who is bright, shukra varnam, whose varna is shukra, white of color, tamo anam, the killer, the destroyer of the tamas. So if we enclose him into ourselves and make him the dweller within our dwelling, as if in the yoni, then he will destroy all the darkness in our home. He is the destroyer of darkness, pure in color, whose chariot is light. Shubinu translates as much more beautiful poetically. Charioted in light. To be charioted. He makes his verb from chariot. Abhi dvijanma trivrid annam rigyate samvatsare vavridhe jagdham I punach anyasya asa jihvaya jenyo vrisha nianyena vanino mrishtavarana. The twice-born Agni moves intense about his triple food. So we understand triple food as physical, vital, and mental. Everywhere he moves and partakes of that food. It is eaten, and with the year it has grown again. Jagdham, consumed indeed in. And Vavridhe Punach, and grows again and again, literally. Vavridhe Punach, Samvatsare, within, literally in a year. Interesting, there's Samvatsara, Vatsara, yes, Vatsa. Vatsa is the calf. When they were collecting calves, so to say, when the calves were born from the cows, it was considered to be 1 year. If I will try to unpack this idea, Samvatsara as 1 year in the occult tradition, then it would be, because Vatsa is the child of the cow, and the cow is the mother who produces nourishing milk of knowledge and bliss. And she generates her progeny. So she brings to life new cows. So this is the year. Year means the cycle of time which recreates the cosmos, renews it again and again. With the tongue and mouth of the one, he is the strong master and enjoyer. With the other, he engirdles and crushes in his embrace his delightful things. On one side, he enjoys and masters everything. On the other, he destroys all the forms. destroys because he recreates the form again and again. And it's quite an interesting thing because in the mother's view, from the supramental point of view, this world is being recreated constantly. We have the idea of uninterrupted movement, yes, that it is me, the same who was yesterday and today, but from the supramental point of view, this world is constantly created every moment. To sustain this formation, this manifestation, it has to be constantly created and destroyed, renewed. So if this is the supramental Agni, then it is him who does it. On one side, he enjoys everything and is master of all. And on the other side, he crushes in his embrace his delightful things. Sri Aurobindo makes a footnote here on one. He is the strong and the master, or with the tongue in the presence of the one. The presence of the one. And the three, they embrace. In his embrace, Mrish is used of the sexual contact also, and Varanah from Vri, to cover, to surround. So Varanah is also in the dictionary given as an elephant, and people translate it differently. As if you look here, totally different. I will not read to you because it's so trivial and stupid. But Varana from the root Vri, causing to enclose or embrace. That's why he translates embrace. My interpretation: the twice born rushes onto the triple food. All he has consumed grows up again in a year. On the one hand, he has the face of the master and the tongue of the enjoyer. But on the other hand, he crushes the delightful things, embracing them. I'm trying to follow literally what is written word by word.
Vladimir, I have a question. What is the twice born Agni?
Dvijanma. Well, he has two births, yeah? You know what is twice born in Indian tradition, yeah? Dvija, Dvijanma, these are the words, yeah? Dvijati, we translate them as Aryans, nobles. But it is considered also Dvija is the bird, because bird is also twice born, yes? First it is born in the egg and then out of the egg. So, but here, in this case, if it is Agni, what do you think? Share your thoughts. How Agni can be twice born? It's not a man.
As Agni is already in every human being, but when we have that aspiration for the divine, then it really flames up in us.
Super. First, he is born, and when we are born in the body, he is there inside. And second, when he comes to the front, he is born again. We become aware of him. He is born out of the shell. He was in the shell, hidden. We don't know about our souls. But when it is born, Mother says, it's like the bird is born from the egg. She compares this with the bird. It's quite interesting because it's also Dvija. It's like the chicken inside the egg tries to come out from the world. In the shell, it feels that the world is that inside. But when it comes out into the bigger world, it sees totally different world. So this is the second birth. This recreation of food, or food means here the material form, he crushes it, he consumes it, and it is being recreated every year, amazingly. Yeah? Samvatsara. Samvatsara again, calves are born again, calves are born again and again. So this ongoing birth, this recreation of ourselves, progeny, is the way to continue in time and space. And through Agni, to improve on our embodied form. This is the evolution of consciousness is taking place, and form is becoming more and more suitable for the higher consciousness. So how would that be achieved if the form would be permanent, or it will live only once and die? There will be no achievement. It needs to pass to the progeny, the seeds, the epigenetic changes and genetic changes, everything what we experience, what we have in mind, how we see the world, all those adjustments are passed through genome to the future generations. So the form is constantly adjusted. The same form cannot be adjusted because it is too slow, too dark, too unconscious. But small adjustments through genome are passed forward. And the evolution is taking place, evolution of form, which can hold the higher consciousness. So it has to be done this way. He has to destroy the form and to recreate another form. There is a law of preservation of energy, you know that, yeah? This is Agni. He is always there. It's amazing. It doesn't go anywhere. It's like in the womb, in the bubble, that energy doesn't go anywhere. It's not spent. It's a constantly rotating through form to form, recreating forms by consuming them and procreating. Consuming and procreating.
Here?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about our previous conversation before, is that this is how evolution takes place. It's a recreation from moment to moment in time. And it's driven by this inner consciousness that needs a new form of expression. So then the physical form can change, as you just described.
Yes, absolutely. How else? Just imagine, how would you do otherwise?
Yeah, no.
If you have any other idea or any other proposal, I don't see any other possibility, really.
Yeah. Very good.
It's amazing. It's a miracle that we can recreate ourselves in our children, progeny, passing to them all the changes and experience we had in life.
In that sense, even we are constantly reborn every minute. We are
And
never
plus
the
to
same.
that, yes, constantly reborn. This is from the supramental point of view, where the time is being generated, yes. And in a way, it should be so, yeah. How else this form can endure unconsciousness if it is not constantly recreated by the spirit? It is not only constantly created, it is also constantly destroyed. destroy it and create, destroy it and create. Every moment, it is a new, fresh form from the point of view of supermind. Supermind does that eternal vibration beyond time and space, and that's how time and space are generated.
So what we have to do is really get our misconceptions out of the way.
Well,
So that,
then we would become, enlightened.
yeah, and our body would be transformed into a body of light, right?
Slowly, yes. It has an inertia, unfortunately. Yes, we inherit it from the past, all the given material. We cannot change it immediately, and there are also clinging forces to us, all kinds of forces, which wants us to be held back. They don't want us to go forward because they are used to that way of functioning and living and feeding on us. We feed many forces. We are the feeding machine. We just don't even see that. And the nature is doing her work, tremendous work in this body. Also trying to make, forward, to make progress. It's a very complex, beautiful vision, miraculous embodiment from the point of view of the Veda, of course. And then, number 3. Krishna prutau vevije asya sakshita ubhatarete abhimatara shishum prachajihvam dhvasayantam trishuchyutam asachyam kripayam vardhanam pituh asachyam kripayam vardhanam pituh. He gives energy of movement to both his mothers. He, the fire, gives energy of movement to both his mothers on their dark path, in their common dwelling, and both make their way through to their child. For his tongue is lifted upward. He destroys and rushes swiftly through and should be chosen, increasing his father. Incredible. Well, it's an incredible verse. And there are footnotes about his father and child, to their child or following their child. And number 5 about the father, that how he increases his father as the son, because he is the son of Shiva, Rudra, as we know, Agni. Explanation: heaven and earth, mind and body, dwelling together in one frame or in one material world, move in the darkness of ignorance. They pass through it by following the divine force, which is born to their activities. Incredible. Sri Aurobindo is amazing. He turns onto itself all the time. Kupayam is of doubtful significance. The father is the Purusha, or else heaven, in the sense of the higher spiritual being. So let us look into these concepts. Let me read my translation, then go word by word. Or I don't have my translation. Oh, I didn't make it. So sorry. I missed it, this verse. So there is no interpretation from me. Let's go word by word. Krishna Prutav, literally moving through the darkness. Darkness in this case, usually in the Veda, is the place of manifestation. It is the Ratri, yes, it's the night, in which is incorporating or introducing all the lights into it. All the luminous divine beings are introduced into the night as a dwelling place. So, and the same with Savitar. Savitar moves through Krishna place, and by moving, he moves the whole manifestation forward. So they are both moving in the night. Here, for some Russians, where they can see, they are both put into the dark space. So, and these are Matarao, this is Vedic Matara dual. These two Mataras. So Krishna Prushtha Vevije, they tremble in, or even, how to say, Sri Aurobindo says he gives energy, Vevije, to the two mothers of movement. He makes them move, two mothers.
Who are the two mothers, please?
These are the two mothers of Agni, yes, day and night, or dawn and night. These are two sisters. They bring fire into being, and they nourish him. These dawn and night. Night is deity and dawn is aditi, fundamentally. The transcendental mother, infinite consciousness force, and this mother of divided consciousness force. They are both mothers of Agni, of the soul born here in manifestation. Agni is that flame of the soul. And interestingly, here his father is mentioned. He is increasing his father. So he gives the energy to his both mothers on their dark path, Krishna Prutao, yes, moving in the Krishna place. In their common dwelling, Sakshita, both they share the common dwelling, like heaven, like dawn and night. They are two sisters who are constantly vacating the same place. They dwell in the same place. First comes dawn, then comes night, and again day, and then again night. They share the same dwelling. So that's why they are Sakshitao. They are both of the same dwelling. And they are moving in the night, both of the same dwelling. To them, he gives his energy of movement, Vevije, Ubhau, to them both. And all of them crossing, two of them, Tarete, they are crossing to Shishum, to their baby, to their son. He is their baby, but he gives them energy to move. He makes them mothers. This phenomenon came many times in Brahmanas. It is considered that heaven and earth is father and mother, or Manas and Bhak, father and mother. Yeah? But Prana is Praja, the offspring. But it is considered that Praja is producing father and mother. Otherwise, they would never be father and mother, no? Logically. So Agni makes these two mothers and gives them energy. He is the Lord to be born. The psychic being, the soul, is to increase his father in presentation here. And these mothers start nourishing him and get energy from him. Because of him, they are mothers. Because of him, they move. And they are still his mothers. He makes them his mothers.
How does he increase the father?
Well, he is his son. Yeah? There are three things, yeah? Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yeah? In Christianity, interestingly. So the Father is that who is in heaven, so to say. And his Son is here in manifestation. And the Holy Spirit is the mother, actually, who makes this happen. And she is here to nourish that Son until he becomes the Father here in manifestation. This is the whole secret of relations. The Son is here to increase his Father's presence. Nobody can come to my Father but through me, says Jesus, through psychic being. The kingdom of heaven on earth can be established only by increasing the Father. I just shifted to Christianity because it's very close. You will find many parallels with hymns to Agni and Christianity. You will be surprised. I was totally surprised. I never expected this. Yeah? I thought Christianity was much later and was not relevant and so on. But then I saw so many, especially Father and Son. Agni is the Son, who becomes the Father with nourishment of his two mothers, dawn and night, uniting and dividing consciousness, constantly nourishing him in his growth. Here are beautiful epithets to Agni. Pracha Jihvam, whose tongue is turned upward. Dvaya Santam, who is destroying all. Trishuchutam, you will find in the dictionary, you see so many references to this verse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words in this verse which are found in this hymn only. Like Krishna Prut, moving in darkness. Yeah? Or this is Sayana's interpretation. Pracha Jihva. Jihva is tongue. Pracha, moving upward, Sherbino translates, literally moving the tongue forward. Pracha towards the east. But pra is forward. And then there is dvans. A sparkle also makes the, or destroying or sparkling. Then trishu chut, even not translated in the hymn, trishu greedily chut, moving, yeah? Moving greedily, or satya, to be honored, to be served, kupaya, swelling with emotion, heaving. These are all very approximate translations. You understand, we are using English language. But if we dive deeper into the etymology, we will find why they translate in that way. So he makes energetic his own mothers who dwell in the same place, and both of them are crossing and trying to reach to him. Yeah. They are both trying to lean onto him, onto their baby. They want to get more energy from him, the Lord's energy, and to nourish him even more with their own. Because they are his yoni, they are his enclosure, they are his adhar in which he grows. And his tongue is moving eastward, always forward. He is destroyer of all and sparkling destroyer of all the obstacles, constantly thirsty, trishuchutam, in his movement to be worshipped, who is swelling and growing in all directions, increasing the presence of his Father. Now I stop. I went a few rounds around the same. I mean, around this verse. Stop for translating it again and again, because it's difficult to get it, yeah, until it is totally settled. So 3, we can move to the next if you don't have any questions. You see, he's doing something very mischievous. He's just describing him, Agni. He gives only so many names are given to him. These are all his names. Pracha Jihva, yeah? Trishuchyuta, Satya, Kupaya, Vardhana. These are all names. If we make a list of names, we will see. And this is from the first mandala. I made from the 5th mandala, from 28 hymns. Did you see my list? No? Such a long list. And if you read it, it is really giving you a sense of knowledge. Just to read the dictionary, not to say about the hymns. Yeah? And we can add and add and add. I don't know how many epithets Agni may have, you know. And then, mumukshva manave manavasyate, mumukshuvach manave manavasyate, raghudruvach krishna sitasa ujuvach, asamana ajiraso raghusyado vata juta upa yujyante ashavach. For the thinker becoming man, his swift hastening impulsions, dark and bright, desire freedom. For the thinker becoming man, his swift hastening impulsions, dark and bright, desire freedom. Active, rapid, quivering, they are yoked to their works, swift steeds, and driven forward by the breath of things. If we have anywhere occult knowledge, here it is, yes. This is Dirghatama. It's always cryptic. So mumukshvach, desiring freedom. Krishna sitasach, the white and black. Krishna black, Sita white. Movements or speeding up, juvach, raghudruvach, running fast. For the man, manabe, or for the mental being, manavasyate, who is becoming man, who is becoming more and more mentalized, literally. For the thinking being who becomes more and more charged with the mind. He's speeding up flames, running fast, desiring freedom, moving in all directions, asamana. I have my interpretation. Ajira, Ajirasah, quick. Ragushyadach, quickly or speedily sliding, moving. Vata speeded up by Vata, by the wind. Upadyujyante, are yoked as horses, Ashavach, the swiftnesses. Here is the first Ashavach. Ashva means swift. And from here, Ashva is produced. Yes, the horse. Desiring freedom, running fast and rushing forward, his dark and white impulsions, moving in all directions, quick and hastening, speeded up by the wind, the steeds of his power are yoked for a man to become a thinker. This is my interpretation. So they are slowly translating our substance and make us more and more higher and higher capable mental beings. We are moving from level to level of the mind, to the higher mind, to the intuitive mind, to the illumined mind, to the intuitive mind, to the overmind, to the supramental overmind, and to the supermind. Interestingly, most probably by studying the Vedas, Sri Aurobindo maybe, it's an assumption, coined these higher levels over the mind, with the mind always. Manu, manavasyate, manave manavasyate. Amazing. So much is put into these simple two words. To the Manu, who is becoming more and more man-like. The knowledge is packed, so it cannot be unpacked easily. We have to know something more from Sri Aurobindo. We have to understand what is mental being, what is mind, what is manas. And I was thinking about manas because according to our studies of IPK, Integral Paradigm of Knowledge, manas is the power of consciousness to fix itself upon any object of sense, or upon any topic, or any event. So when I am concentrating myself on anything within myself, if I close my eyes and shift my consciousness to where I have pain, or where I have some breath, or where I have some thought, some feeling, this is manas. Manas is constantly directing the attention of my consciousness where it has to go. This capacity of consciousness to fix itself upon anything is mind. The being who has this capacity to fix his consciousness at will is Manu. Aham manur abhavam suryascha, says Vamadeva. I became Manu, mental being, and Surya, and the sun. Why does he say so? I became Manu and Surya. The highest capacity is the supermind. It holds concentration of all within itself. It holds all. We can hold only parts of it. That's why we are mental beings on the lower level. The physical, there is a physical mind, which is also doing that. Vital mind, mental mind. And so on, level upon level of the mind. So Agni, for the thinker becoming man, his swift hastening impulsions, dark and bright desire freedom. Yeah. Okay, I stop here. Do you have any thoughts?
Vladimir, what is mumuksha?
Mumukshu is the one who desires
Okay.
freedom. Yeah, it's a desirative form. Like mumukshu, bubukshu. We were joking when we were in Shibiram. Are you mumukshu or bubukshu? Bubukshu is the one who wants to enjoy, mumukshu who wants freedom.
Okay.
Where is concentration?
Are you bubukshu or mumukshu? Prito, I can't hear you because you're muted or something. Say it again. Maybe you're just slow.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. If you don't speak, I don't hear you. But if you say a word, I could hear you.
No, I think I was speaking slowly.
Mm.
I was saying that where is concentration between Manu and Manas? Like you said about mental being. No? So where?
Manu is from root man, manyate, manute, which means mental being.
Like at times Manas takes you everywhere. So like this capacity to focus, what is that?
This is the capacity of consciousness, which we call manas, mind. Yeah? We found the word for it, which tells us what it does. It does choose at will on what to focus, what to notice. As Yajnavalkya would say in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it's not by the eye that you see, but by the mind. It's not by the ear that you hear, but by the mind. Why? Because the mind will focus your attention, what to hear and what to see. We are constantly selective in our thinking, hearing, seeing, speaking. It's because of the mind. We cannot take everything because our mind is limited in this divided consciousness. On the highest level, it's unlimited. It holds all. And in that sense, there is no problem. Here, there is always a problem, a game.
I have a quick question, Vladimir,
Yes.
and that is it the swift, hastening impulsions that desire freedom?
Yeah, they desire freedom for the sake of man becoming a thinker or thinker become a man.
So impulsions are an obstacle to thinking?
No, they are not. But we have so many obstacles and they want to break through those obstacles and to make us more and more thinker, higher and higher developed. So the fire, actually, the fire within makes this progress for us as mental beings about which we know nothing. We think we developed without fire. It was fire who was greedy. His flames were greedy for freedom, and they pushed the whole being to develop and to become more and more thinker.
I see. So therefore, in the third line, when he refers to the word they are yoked to their works. Who is the they? He's referred.
Impulsions, flames.
Okay.
It's his movements.
Thank you.
Direction. Yeah.
That makes it clear. Thank you.
And they are yoked to their works, interestingly. Yeah?
Yes.
They're not free to desire whatever they desire. They have work to do here.
And driven forward by the breath of things. What does that mean?
Yes, breath with capital B in Sri Aurobindo.
Yes.
Yeah, this is that mysterious prana, yes, that without which even fire does not burn. Wind, vata juta, they are speeded up by the wind, by the sacrifice, because vayu pavamana is yajna. It is that which connects heaven and earth, Agni and Surya. Yes, he is in between fire. fire which appears in the vital world. Matarishwan, it is by him driven forward. There is, otherwise, why should he at all move forward? If there is nowhere to go. And in this realm between heaven and earth, all the creation is being recreated, refashioned in the Vedic paradigm. Yeah? So yajna is taking place exactly in this vital world. I had a presentation in our university the other day, 2 days back, or 3 days back, on this, on Swadhyaya and art, on this, what we experience by reading books, by thinking, by watching movies, by those experiences are real. Yeah. And those experiences are changing, modifying our consciousness and our life. It's not nothing, yes? That's why Mother was so careful to select movies which were shown in the ashram. You have to show movies which give you an experience of uplifting rather than putting down. And it's when you are already adult, you can kind of filter things. But when you're a child, everything goes straight and creates in you a kind of experience which you become slowly or grow into. So it is in this world of Vata, of Vayu, Pavamana, that the sacrifice is made and we are being fashioned and our consciousness is being formulated as epigenetic influence on our body. And our body becomes more and more receptive of particular influences. If I'm watching some lower movies, body becomes open to those influences and forces. And if I am watching some uplifting movies, then it becomes open to those forces. It's as simple as practical psychology, yoga. Only we want to experience everything and see also the darkness. We want to see how it is not to be done also. And because of that, we are attracted to the lower forces, but not because we want to be lower forces. We are just curious. Curious, and somewhere we don't believe fully that we are, for us it is possible to be lower. So we don't believe, and that's why we are attracted to it. As Sri Aurobindo beautifully describes in Savitri, yes? The soul attracted leaned to the abyss. It wanted to calculate in the incalculable in that. So it wanted to experience the divine in total impossibility. It does not believe that it is not possible. And that's why it is attracted. That is the adventure, the sense of adventure. We know it somewhere deeply within, we know it. We know when we do something stupid and wrong, it's not because stupid, we want to be stupid. No, we want to have that, we want to reconfirm our true divine nature. And then we fall, and then we complain, and then everything else comes.
In a twisted way, we want to confirm our divinity.
Absolutely. Maybe not even in a twisted way. It becomes twisted later, yes.
Yes.
By the way, this is the question what Bhishma put at the end of his life before leaving his body. He said, I don't understand. I know what is dharma, what is adharma, but I don't understand why dharma is not attracting me, but adharma attracts me. This is something to calculate incalculable, yes, leaned to the abyss. We are interested in the darkness, not because the darkness is there, but we believe that the divine is somewhere there and we have to find it. It must be there. It can't be otherwise.
It's like a child learning to walk, maybe, Vladimir. It
Yeah.
knows that it'll fall, but it still has to do that walk. Otherwise, it won't be done.
Yeah, like children jumping into the mud and starting to, it's very fun. It's a lot of truth in it also. But mud is everywhere, so it doesn't matter. There is the soul, the child is in the mud. This is
Isn't this the game of hide and seek? That the divine wills us to go into the darkness to search him out.
something of that kind. We can say it in this way, yes.
That he wants us to go into the darkness, and so we are attracted to the darkness because he's hiding there and he wants to see if we can find him there.
Absolutely. This is true. Yeah. If he would not be there, we would never go into the darkness. Why?
Yes.
Also, isn't it because we have a sense of our own immortality, that even if we're attracted to something that's dark, it's like a death wish in a way, or being attracted to something that's lethal for us. We rush into it, and yet we know that somehow internally that we can't die.
Yeah. We don't believe it, until death comes, and then we are scared. But then once we step over, we know that it was true. Our first feeling that we are immortal beings was true. And the journey continues, of course, not in the same form, not in the same consciousness, not in the same context. Context is being demolished, mental, vital, and physical. So that means names, all that is gone. But the quintessential thing remains.
Like the soul wants to experience everything.
Yes, absolutely. And it believes that everything is the divine.
Yes.
And that's how it actually transforms everything and makes it the divine. If we would not go into the darkness, the transformation would be impossible.
Vladimir, sorry, go on.
No. Go ahead.
So I have often felt that, the words tamaso ma jyotirgamaya is talking about going through the darkness rather than from darkness to light. I don't know how far this interpretation is
Great.
correct.
It's actually a Vedic interpretation, yes. Through the dark, it's always through, yes.
It's always through, not from. I mean, you cannot make that jump from darkness to light. You
Yes,
have to
there's
go through
someone
the
there,
dark.
light is there in the darkness, which is going through, absolutely. And how would that be possible? Lead me from the darkness to light if I'm not light. So,
Right.
yes, absolutely. So these are,
Someone also said, Anuradha ji once mentioned that, show me light in the darkness. Like, let me see the light in the darkness.
you can translate it also as genitive case. So it could be of the darkness. Lead me to the light of the darkness. Lead me of the truth, or of the being, to the being of non-being. So it is a transformational. One can translate that way. We can think many ways. If we are on the right track, if we understand what is really happening. But with the help of Sri Aurobindo, slowly we kind of tune ourselves into the right thinking. At least mind is already kind of settling down with understanding. The rest will follow. Already slowly follows. Great. So we will stop here for today.
Vladimir, that last one, 127 hymn, can you send us the document?
Right. Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I will do. I think it is in the Google Drive. Do you have access to the Google Drive?
No, no.
Oh, because all our things are there. But I
Okay,
will.
okay.
I will
If you
send you
just-
the link and the file, so you don't need to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I will close with mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Namaste.